Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 14, Week 4. We got CHRONO LUCILFER, we got the Grim Adventures of Matty and the boys, or as I like to call them, the Grim Adventures of Boys and Matty. Doesn't that flow better?
Probably does.
And we got our funny mystery man, who at the very end of the last cast, if you did not see it, this happens to be Kami, so shoutouts to you. How's it going, Kami?
Tis indeed I, Radagast. Good to be here.
You know, if you're gonna pretend to be somebody, you probably shouldn't be pretend to be a caster that people recognize yourself. I don't know.
Didn't know he was a caster, but here we are again.
No, he did a cast with Effie! And she even did the Effie
shit.
one. Yeah, there you go.
That's great.
CHRONO
Well,
LUCILFER,
props to him.
Grim Adventures.
Well, props to me, I guess.
Yeah, shoutouts to you. Yeah, because you're right, obviously.
Because I'm totally Rada.
We got Undying and Juggernaut banned out on the part of Grim Adventures. We've got the Death Prophet and the Enigma from CHRONO LUCILFER. Interesting here, the Grim Adventures are kind of leaving no in, because you know the infamous thing about Inno is that this season he has 3 heroes. He has Jug, Void, and Punch. No Jug,
Yeah.
but we still got the Void and Punch here. And we definitely have seen games where that Punch just walks all the hell over people, just gets the Ags, never lands a hook, just rots and eats.
That hero is disgusting, and in more than just his ability names.
Yeah, I mean, he's also, like, gross and fat, and he smells, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of what the rod is. It's just
He
his bodily
stinks.
stench seeping off of him and being so powerful it wounds the rest of everybody around him.
Including Jakiro, if such a thing happens.
Including the hero. Matty Boy coming in with the
Got gamer alerts
voice
here.
line.
Got gamer alert for the Pohohoro Jakiro.
5 seconds remaining.
Hero versus Silencer.
Yep. I mean, it's obviously not good for Jakiro, but it's obviously not a matchup that Jakiro cares heavily about either. It's like, it's not why you picked this person.
Yep. Although, if Silencer does take W level 1, that's a mistake. You can't auto attack a Jakiro.
Yep, and Jakiro can
Coming
auto
in.
attack him back if he takes E. Here's Marcy.
Coming in with the Marcy.
Dire team.
And here's the
And
Fat Man.
the
Okay.
first round Pudge. Probably for Inno, but this
The,
could, I guess.
Well, it's
Depends
not
on the
for Inno
offense.
because it's not on his team.
I don't know who that is because everybody changes their name.
Okay, so Stubborn is
10
Inno.
seconds remaining.
This is the Grim Adventures. This is Mickle, it's Trashboat, it's PVC Pipe, it's Tall Balls, and it's Matty Boy. I assume you know, at least vaguely, who all these people are.
More or less.
I mean, you could
That's
potentially
probably
even be one of
Mickle.
these people.
I could. How do you know I'm not Trashboat?
I mean, it
Think
could be
about
PVC Pipe.
I could be Pasky.
Yeah, I mean, you do kind of have the kind of have the same almost kind of voice going with
5
PVC, where
seconds
PVC sounds like he's smoked a pack for 60 years and is somehow only 20 years old.
Yeah. Although PVC is older than 20.
That's true, but you wouldn't think it by listening to him. Well, maybe you would. I don't know.
He does sound like an old man. Have you heard the man talk?
I have heard the man talk.
Not
and
just not his voice, just the words he says.
Yeah. But like he said, like the sound of his voice, he sounds like 60 and 20 at the exact same time. It's really strange.
Radiant
Yeah.
team back.
And he's like 30.
He ain't
It's
30. He's
crazy.
like 45. If he told he's
He's
30, he's
somewhere.
lying. Jug and Void, Faceless Void out. So we are now shy all the Inno heroes.
Yep. SF Drow
10
getting banned.
seconds remaining.
We have seen 2 different people
SF
on the
has
Grim
been
Adventures.
very popularly
5
picked.
seconds remaining.
More popularly banned. 2 different people
Especially
on the Grim
in these.
Adventures.
Sorry, we keep talking at the same time. Go right ahead.
Team back.
2 different people on the Grim Adventures of Boys and Matty have been picking Pudge. We've had Mickle Pudges and we've had Tall Balls Pudges. And last time Tall Balls played Pudge, for some reason his team told him not to build Aghanim Scepter. And I asked Mickle why the hell he would say that, and he said, "Oh no."
Radiant team back.
Yeah. Well, the boys' adventure of Matty and Grim are coming in with a Spectre ban here.
Yep. That's one of the outer circle of NO heroes. Just really putting everything they can towards them, not really
10
giving
seconds
Moon
remaining.
River the time of day here at all. And that Jhin, that is Moon River.
Yeah.
5 seconds
Ah.
remaining.
Which
Not
is ironic,
playing his signature pause 4 position this season.
because I'm like 60% sure that Trashboat's name is Jhin, so it's Jhin versus Jhin at mid.
It is Jhin versus Jhin mid.
If I was an alcoholic, this would be the greatest matchup of my life.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah.
Void Spirit knocked out of things.
Although people did used to call bottle flask, and flasks are usually containing alcohol.
No Void Spirit, so we have 2 Voids banned. I think that's a pretty good ban
10
for this team, but it's
seconds
kind of hard to feel. It's kind of hard to feel out their intentions at this point, to be honest with you.
5
Because they're just
seconds
kind of
remaining.
banning Trashboat heroes casually. He's got a support line which goes with everything.
Looks like their strategies are a little bit different. One team wants their mid laner to go well, and the other team wants to prevent the enemy's safe lane from having any kind of game at all.
Dire team pick.
On any sort of comfort hero. That's a Slardar, probably pause 3. Slardar Marcy looking like an absolutely disgusting lane. Coming in
Yep.
with a toss back into the Slitherine Crush, into the bam bam bam, you're stunned again.
Yeah, but of course you have the level 6, like,
10
probably
seconds
one of the
remaining.
most guaranteed level 6 kills if they hit it at roughly the same time. Like,
5
if you get
seconds
armor
remaining.
broken and then Marcy just starts beating the crap out of you, you are so dead. Slardar can just keep you
So
stunned the entire
dead.
time.
And even if you're not stunned, Marcy will just toss you back into the guy who hits you more. 'Cause
And then-
Dispose is a very powerful ability,
Yeah,
despite
shoutouts
it only
to
actually moving you about 400 units.
shoutouts to the fact that Team 1 TI
Dire
on a
team
skill that's just like Dispose, except you needed a shard to get it, and then they were like, hey, let's just make this a normal skill. In the Spirit is
Yeah.
picked. That knocks Trashboat.
And then they made
like,
one where you can cast spells in it, and the other where you are entirely disabled the entire duration.
10 seconds remaining.
But hey, in fairness, if you're playing
you
it, you're
can-
disabled all the time, so.
5
That's true.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, Trashboat
Radiant team pick.
coming in with the Everspirit, probably.
Well, this is.
Hero he is definitely not trash at. And
This
there
is-
comes the boat.
Yep.
The Tide Hunter.
Making it very obvious where Pudge is going this game. This is almost assuredly a 1 Pudge, unless they're going to be
Yeah.
running like 4 Pudge, which you shouldn't. Yeah, there's like no reason not to run core
10
Pudge right now.
seconds remaining.
You should not do it on
There's
support.
no reason. Although they
5
do have a lot of
seconds
stuns
remaining.
for this Pudge, and Pudge is not known for having a lot of armor. So if they can pick like a ranged heavy physical damage dealer, which I guess that's why they banned the Drow.
Yep.
Or even like I guess Lifestealer looks really good here.
There's only one. Well,
Just 'cause he
Lifestealer's
can
number.
ignore
fuck
that
ass.
rot. That's true.
There's only one big issue with this team so far, with this Chrono Lucifer, is that they are very, very vulnerable to silence. Like, it feels like so far, when Silencer hits R, the fight is over. But then we've only had our 300.
Yeah.
So.
Although Slardar can do kind of well inside of a global silence if he just keeps beating on people with that big old stick of his.
Only problem is
You're
if
gonna
he's
get stunned
not
eventually.
immediately in your face, then Slardar is a big, intimidating-looking melee creep.
That is true. It goes very, very fast in rivers.
It's true. But I mean, melee creeps also do that. You just never get to see that interaction.
Dire team
You could
back.
call him the Michael Phelps of melee creeps.
And you can call Jhin the Invoker. Moon River Invoker
Yeah.
here. One of the classics. One Mage 2. Mage Tournaments number 2. Almost on the back of this Invoker alone.
Yep.
10
Looks it to
seconds
be an
remaining.
exciting Invoker game, although they don't really look like they have that
5
much set up for
seconds
Sunstrike.
remaining.
No
Radiant
very
team back.
long disable, so longest disable in this game actually being Marcy's W rebound, I do believe. Unless it's Takiro's, the 2.5 second duration might be.
Does Jakiro have a talent for Ice Pass stun length? I think he might.
Yeah, I think it's a 15 at
seconds
0.5 second increase.
Yeah. So there you go. The
5
point still
seconds
stands, yeah,
remaining.
not much tee up for Sunstrike. Honestly, there's one big thing I'm thinking about for Invoker this game. It's, man, he's going to be miserable when that Pudge Axe comes out. I mean, if
Yeah.
it's not like anybody picks Pudge to actually land hooks anymore, but like, let's assume that he does, it's over. Game over, instantly, no two ways about it. I don't care who shows up to save him, he's dying in the rock cloud.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, Invoker is not known for its innate tankiness, usually low health pool, can be very fast and has a lot of versatility, but not enough to get away from a Pudge who slows you by 40%.
Or Ember Spirit, or Tide Hunter. And he's also got that Silencer to deal with. I don't know, I don't like Invoker against any of these heroes. I like him against these heroes, but I don't like him against these heroes. I like him offensively, but...
Remaining.
Something that's good about the Invoker and the Silencer matchup is neither Orbs nor Invoke actually proc the last Whisper.
Which is good.
Or
The
whatever
only
that spell's
downside is
called.
everything else does, and you're going to be throwing out a trillion spells of fight, so you know.
That is true. Thankfully, the Faceless Void is banned because you can have up to like 9 stacks of time dilation on Invoker and move at like 100 movement speed for like 13 seconds.
Radiant team ban.
Fantastic
You
stuff.
do have 9 extra spells, or is it 10? It's 10 extra spells actually. I think. Could be wrong.
Both teams looking at pause ones except for the random sniper ban. The ultimate decision is Luna?
Luna.
It's going to be...
I like the question mark.
What's
Luna?
going on here?
I guess both teams are running out of cores. So this is Pudge 4, it seems. That is a Luna 1. Unless this is Luna 4, for whatever reason.
It's going to be...
5 seconds remaining.
One thing I said about the Grim Adventures is that it would not be the worst idea to have them sort of lean into almost a Neo-Roche Riders type mentality. Just kind of picking more experimental builds, more experimental...
You may now select
Weaver?
your heroes.
Okay, listen, buddy. Yeah, this is a support Pudge. I'm not all about
Yeah.
that, I gotta say. I think this is such an
Yeah.
awesome core Pudge game, why would you make it a support?
I'm not sure, but the thing about the Weaver is I don't like this.
No, I don't like that
Because-
either.
The Matty Adventures of Boys in the Grim do have enough lockdown to kill this Weaver between Silence, Dismember, Root, Ravage, and any stuns that Luna can put out from like 1300 range.
Just also not forget we're also almost certainly going to have some sort of lockdown beyond the chains on Ember as well. You know,
Yeah.
your very popular Ember Spirit item. No reason you couldn't see it here.
Although not typically an early item.
No, but you know, it's going to come out when it needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
Although this Tidehunter shard is looking mighty spicy.
I feel like both of these teams are going to lose. I don't know. I don't like either of these lineups.
I just do like the Grim Boys of Adventures in Matty. I like their draft so much better just because lockdown and cohesiveness.
Grim
Like-
Adventures has a lockdown, but on the other hand, there's also a very cohesive thing with Chrono Lucifer. You know, they have a trillion forms of armor break, and then you also have the Invoker Cold Snap that's going to keep you hanging around. You know, you have the stupid little demons. Like this is going to be a type of game where Forge Spirits are going to be doing like triple-digit damage auto attacks.
Yeah, probably. Nothing can really get away from them, yeah.
Prepare
So,
for battle.
Chrono Lucifer also has a lot of lockdown. Rare Jin versus Jin matchup. And Trashboat's even playing as Jin, so, you know.
That's true.
We're going to pause. Great. Almost
Perfect.
clicked new highlight by accident. My mouse is having some Joy-Con drift. You know, misses you, man. He doesn't want to miss a thing.
Is it a feed?
And Innowood Wife
Maybe
PPC
it's a
up.
bait.
Okay. Dude, everyone... Okay, alright, I was gonna say, is this match ever gonna start? Holy
Nope.
crap, that is seriously like a quarter of the runtime of this entire game. What happens here? This is
Yeah.
gonna be a Slaughterfest.
This does look like it's only about a 20-25 minute game, just from the looks of that.
I do like how the Grim Adventures of Matty Boy's team, the Grim Adventures team label is just like the Grim Adventures of Matty and you.
30
So,
seconds.
Grim
to
Adventures
battle.
of Matty and Mickle. The Grim Adventures of Matty and... No, never mind. Of Matty and PVC Pipe. Of Matty and Matty. Boy. You know. Pohohoro is gonna take a hook here. Jakiro in a bit of trouble, but... Nobody really has, like, a slow to do something about this. They're just gonna beat the hell out of the poor dragon and just leave that be it.
The battle begins.
Pudge is also just gonna sit here and eat some shots. He also believes that Kanye sucks. Unfortunately for you, PVC Pipe, Kanye West is a very major watcher of these casts, so... Alright. PVC not gonna go down, just taking it here. Ooh, whoa! Tall Ball's first blood there. Inno just gonna go down very casually. Inno is going to be walking into a very unfriendly lane, as not only is he Weaver after a long succession of Lever Nurse, he's also going to be walking in with some less ent than he usually would have.
I do believe Jakiro walking away there, despite how scary it looked, was a mistake. If Poe stays there and continues clicking the Pudge, he dies and Inno gets first blood.
More than likely, yeah. I think the thought was that Inno was going to be able to take care of it. I think that was like an overestimation rather than like a moment of cowardice.
Although Inno did get quite greedy there. He used his Shikuchi to hit the Tidehunter as well, which caused him to get affected by Anchor Smash while invisible. And
Yeah,
it removed the damage he needed to just kill the Pudge.
Wonder if he gets the Pudge without that. I mean, the level 1 Anchor Smash doesn't really reduce your damage much.
It's still 30%, and when you only do 63 damage, it's quite a bit.
Hard to say. Either way, it's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. And we had
roll call.
Cheeseburger on for the Bean 10 games. He actually didn't know about this part of the segment. You know, just kind of exposed him a little bit. Shout out to Cheeseburger, friend of the show. Pause 1, Chrono Lucifer. You've got Weaver, who just barely missed out of the hook there, being played by Inno.
Now we've got the Inno being played by Weaver, obviously.
Yeah. We've got Moon River on the Invoker, Pause 2. Pause 3, you've got Pasky, who's sponsored by Pause 4. Pause 4 is Shia LaBeouf on the Marcy. And Pause 5, Captain of the Team, Pohohoro on the Jahakiro.
Jahakiro. And for the Adventures of Matty and the Grim.
Wait, let me guess. Okay, so Pause 1...
have-
Pause 1 is...
Mickle being played by Luna.
Mickle, I knew it! Mickle being played by
that's the-
Luna. Being played by being told to pick Luna.
Yeah. Sponsored by Plus Ultra, whatever that means.
The
Anzu is
it's the
plus ultra.
motto of the Spanish monarchy, specifically associated with Charles V, who is probably one of history's top looters. If you stack them all up next to each other, that guy very close to the top of the list. These are
Pause
two.
5. They're Pause 2.
Yeah.
Certified Trashboat. I don't know if he's a certified trash or certified boat, but there he is. Then we've got the Frat Boy Tall Balls playing Tidehunter.
And we got Pudge getting run over here in the middle of the jungle there. Had to go out and look for him.
Looks like PVC Pipe took a pipe on Pudge.
Yep.
Very
Finally.
risque.
Alright, this
And we
one's the
have
hardest one.
Pause 5 Boy of Matty. Sponsored by What Can You Really Do?
And he's the captain of the team. I believe What Can You Do is the name of one of the players that stands in for LD2L sometimes. I know there's Wall and Wicked.
Tidehunter
This
coming
is
in for the
bad for Pohohoro. Does
early
Pudge,
level of Gush.
Pudge,
Pudge. Did
Fat
not
Man.
take rot.
he didn't get that kill because he was wearing deodorant. See, that's why all
Yeah.
those fat guys at conventions don't do it, guys. Come on now.
He put a little too much Axe Spray cologne on today. And, it scared away all the Jakiros.
Well, funny combat music, what's happening? Got a little bit of action here at bot. PVC Pipe just gonna eat it again! This no rot strat is not working out so far.
Yeah, Pudge, a very low armor hero, got affected by the Weaver bugs there and just melted.
Instantly died, yep.
Like the bunch of fat he is over a fire. Fire that is Jakiro.
You know, takes out the Titan here. I can't say, in all honesty, that this is that surprising of an outcome. Not only is this the smallest offlane in LD2L, but Tall Balls is new to this role, and I mean, it's a Weaver 1. Like, Weaver 1, very early game. I can tell you this as an experienced offlaner. If I see Weaver, I'm just like, okay, I'm probably going to draw. Unless I got a great matchup, the best I'm going to do in this lane is draw. More than likely.
Also, double melee into a double ranged lane, which does not seem the most intuitive for the double melee. Although, if you are playing Marcy, it turns out a lot better for you, it seems. Because that hero is stupid.
Goodbye, Mickle, and one more victim of Marcy Gaming.
Matty Boy just getting clicked down. He might be dead too if Marcy can catch up with him. Oh, no dispose there. Had an off cooldown, just I guess.
Marcy was just feeling really indisposed. What can I tell you?
What can you say?
What can you do, as Matty Boy once said. The Falcon Blade is up on Weaver, who's got himself Falcon Blade and 2 Wraith Bands. So he's going to be coming out fighting really fast.
Sponsored by Buy yourself some tangos after your first set of tangos on Pause 1. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk.
I ain't no Todd.
And I don't know how to talk.
Clearly not.
Clearly
The
not.
Invoker is, man, this sucks! Invoker is taking a bath in
double
all the
bubble
DOT that
coming
there
in
is.
here. We've got double bubble coming in here with the Rot on Pudge and the Flame Guard on Trashboat's Ember Spirit. Coming in for a lot of tick damage.
Yeah, and now suddenly this place smells like a Magic the Gathering tournament.
Oh.
That was like sticking your head into a dryer when it's running, and Matty Boy does not take anything any better up here. At least he's got that 2 stolen out. I mean, it sounds like it's like disingenuous, but no, that actually is pretty good.
Middle lane is missing.
Middle lane is missing. Did he just do like an automatic missing call?
I think so. Heroes have been known to do that occasionally.
It's like a bot.
Yeah. It's like, there was a bug in a very similar game to Dota, where if one hero saw another, it would immediately, or if one hero was in close enough range to another, it would immediately pop a very specific voice line, letting you know that the other hero was there.
Radiant's top tower is
What game was that?
The game I'm talking about is, of course, League of Legends.
Fantastic.
Everybody's
Kai is sponsored
least
by that.
favorite Dota clone.
It's true.
Also,
Well, I mean, what about
Kai's
Han?
sponsor.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Heroes of New Earth. Wasn't that actually created by
Ice Frog,
partially? Yeah. So at least they have some connection to actual Dota.
You know what I heard about in the downtime while we're watching PVC just get scraped by these
Eviscerated by...
This flesh heap though is going to do a lot in this lane. Like the longer this lane goes, I think the more this is going to tilt a little bit for the off lane. But either way, at least they're going to be impossible to kill, even if they're not really able to stop Weaver in any meaningful way.
The passive damage block plus the active damage block of Pudge.
Yep.
These guys are very beefy boys.
Speaking of beefy boys, Shia LaBeef taking the beefy Pasky behind the tower here. Beat some guys up.
Yep. And beating up the boy, Matty Boy.
Dire's top tower is
Very
under
sad day
attack.
for him. Luna, notably,
Very sad
is just done with this stupid lane. She has had enough with this idiot slug. The thing I was going to say, here's the big secret I learned. Oh my god, Pudge, can you stop dying every time I want to say this anecdote, please? Come on. Very rude, PVC Pipe. This is why you're not admin anymore, because you kept doing this. Now Matty Boy
Moon
is
River
level
coming
3.
in with the EMP, and Matty Boy losing most of his mana. Not all of it.
Absolutely no reason for him to be here. Like, this is the only thing that was ever going to happen for him being in this lane. Just needs to go find some XP. He's way too low. As a silencer? No.
Dire's bottom tower
Truly
is
unfortunate
under attack.
scenario happening to the boy, Matty Boy. Also, he's taking his W here. I think typically this is a 1-1-1 build.
If you're gonna be
Radiant's
like,
middle tower
you
is
know,
under
if you're
attack.
like the Jakiro in this game, you're level 3, then maybe you can like show up to a lane like this and do something. If you're like a line or something, but not silencer. Silencer needs more
Because you
than
have
that.
a stun on both of those heroes. Silencer. Noticeably lacking any stuns.
Pasky, noticeably, is kind of calling that something's going wrong here in top lane, is assuming Mickle would not just randomly show up, and he's right,
Pressing top.
as Trashboat showed up nearby. Try and get something done, but
Wait, you're telling me the enemy pause 1 Luna is not supposed to run directly at the enemy pause 3?
believe it or not, that's not usually how things go now.
What a wonder.
Yep. No actual vision on that, that's just good game sense.
That's just good game sense.
Middle lane is missing.
I still don't believe it,
The,
unless Trash like ran by here or something.
Level 3 Silencer putting up a ward in the enemy's triangle. Level 3, 10 minutes into the game. It looks like PVC might have taken a home there. So Matty is going to be crying.
Let's see.
the
Stock
next
1, so that should be, I think that's accurate. So.
They might not have actually purchased the tome. A lot of teams debate about it a lot. Poho with the tome for their team. And then just getting slighted down by Ember Spirit.
What lies beyond?
So out of curiosity, have you ever argued about the tome with your pos 5 player Mufasa?
Not a Mufasa, no.
Radiant's middle
Yeah, I
tower
mean maybe
There is
some
a,
other.
maybe so.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, when you've been playing with Mufasa on AoET, it's not been happening.
That's a pretty good Ravage coming in right there, getting 2 kills. Let's just hope Pasky can't get one in return and Trashboat survives. No mana, 30% health.
Well, I mean, of course, Pasky's not gonna get one in return after that. He's dead.
And the river he's crying is trailing behind him, as is the new effect of Slardar's ultimate.
Yeah, it's real gross. This really is just like a slug, right?
It
Dire's
is.
bottom tower is under attack.
Infects you with its
Radiant
mucousy goo,
structures are fortified.
makes you
Middle lane is missing.
slippery.
It's very unpleasant.
Seemingly. Weaver just free farming it up down here, although Luna does have a higher last hit score. I do believe Weaver might have a higher net worth due to spending
Well,
more
let's
time in the actual
check it out.
lane.
No, he doesn't.
No. Interesting.
Got Luna up there. Which is interesting, even though Luna is down for kills and has a death, which, does have a death, but he died before, like, the bell rang, so that doesn't really count. Even though Luna has many factors that would be seemingly working against her, she is actually still in front. That's Luna magic for you. Pasky once again realizing, hey, wait a minute, they're not cowering, something's wrong.
What a hook by PVC Pipe coming in. They're comboed up with the Ice Path and
But it doesn't matter if Pudge
Fire.
is immediately stunned. Yeah, that was not a combo up with what Pudge was doing. That was a response to what Pudge was doing.
Oh, that's the wrong team. I am,
Please clean your glasses off.
maybe I need to put my glasses on.
Maybe we need to put this in colorblind mode? I don't know. Slardar's gonna try and keep moving this up here. This is like, I don't know, this has shades of a bad idea, but...
Although
Matty
they do
Boy's
have
gonna
4
have
heroes
possession.
here in comparison to Dire's 2 at the moment. Luna
One
deciding
for
to
the
go back
moment.
to farm. Yeah, down to 1 now. Moon River getting a double kill there. Gonna be nice towards that. What is that? Quaswex Invoker?
Yep.
Yep, Quaswex Invoker, because the urn, get 3 urn charges going for a Witchblade.
Is under attack.
Fairly common build.
Which blade? I don't
both-
know.
I don't know either, but whichever blade he has picked is honestly not that common if you've already bought the urn.
Radiant's
You typically
bottom
want to
tower
go
is
for
under attack.
something like a Midas or a bots to continue your scaling into the late game
Dire's
after you've
top
picked up your
tower
urn.
has fallen.
However, Moon
Yeah,
River
this is
choosing to
definitely
go for
definitely not a late game focused team, so I can definitely see why I would avoid doing that. Like,
going for the more early focused,
Radiant's
high
bottom
damage
tower is under
build,
attack.
Bewitched
Bottom
Blade. Yeah.
tower has fallen.
no surprise there. If Chrono Lucifer want to try and take this game late, they're more than welcome to. But I'm sure if they do, Matty Boy is not going to be too sad to hear that news. Like, if they want to go late, they shouldn't. If they want to go early, they got a lot of things going for them that way. You know, the Weaver, early game. Slardar is going to be making him even more of a steroid in that crucial time. Weaver's going to ult. Pudge is going to forget where Weaver was before that happened and hook nothing. How impressive would it have been if he had actually just gotten the hook on Weaver there? Now say that again, except this time your internet doesn't cut out.
Said the Adventures of Matty the Grim Boys.
Fantastic commentary. All right.
Very vast commentary. Has been just farming it up. Has the top 2 net worth heroes on the team, or in the game, with Luna and Ember Spirit. Quite a dangerous couple to have at the top of the net worth chart.
Only downside is that Tidehunter's having a pretty rancid game, which I mean, it's absolutely no surprise, man.
That
You
is
see what his
fair,
lane
but
was?
he has been playing extremely active as well. He's
Yep.
been going around getting those kills, using that Ravage top.
Okay, this time Weaver's
Getting
definitely
no
dead. Okay, maybe not.
I think so as well. Ravage used
Yep.
and a hook. PVC pulling out every single hook that he has in his toolbox,
Which is to say 2.
which is
Hang
to say
on,
2. Although he did start the game with a 3 hook streak,
It's
sponsored
kinda,
by Pudge Arcana.
it is kind of interesting how we have the Trashboat standing here. Kind of an odd time to mention that, I know. Just thinking about that there as Pasky just completely dies.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower is
Chrono
under
Lucifer.
attack.
Run it by that 7,000 net worth Luna at 16 minutes.
It's definitely a very strong showing over the usual sort of strength level, I think, of the Grim Adventures here. Because usually the guy who's playing here, rather than Trashboat, is not really like a mid player. I mean, Cranberry's right. Cam mid, we've seen some good effects from him in the Randy Memorial 1v1 mid tournament, but like he's not a mid main, and Trashboat is. So definitely the Pohohoro lineup taking a harder game than they usually would here. You're gonna
Grim
see
Boys of the Adventures Matty picking a good stand-in for their mid laner.
Yeah, Grim Adventures of Matty and the Boys, comma the good stand-in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pudge is probably gonna just die now, right? Like,
Pudge does
No,
look
he's fine.
pretty deceased, although his team is rotating to back him up. I think if Weaver continued going, Weaver might have died. Dismember is a very powerful ability in locking down those squeaky clean heroes that don't like to be touched.
I did kind of brush past it at the time, but I would like to point out, I'm sure there are going to be a few of you out there who saw that one-man Ravage on the Weaver earlier and said heresy, but no, I promise you, it's you know, when you do that, as especially in a match like this, where Chrono Lucifer is looking at a very early game lineup, it's actually, no, it's to your credit, you know, you want to get every, every VIP with that, and if their VIP is just kind of one guy, then there you go. Moon River gonna take a full eclipse, Pohohoro following it up. Mickle actually not getting either of those kills if Trashboat got those. Sad.
Trashboat somehow coming out of that fight with more mana than he started,
Dire's bottom tower
after
is
going
under
right in
attack.
on Ember Spirit, coming in and just no fear, killing both Moon River and Poho.
Hey, at a region room, what can I tell you?
Oh, didn't see that part.
Pasky dug up what he thought was going to be a great fortune, and he only ended up finding a little golem. PVC once again here, just looking very.
Entirely just passed away. Weaver does so much damage with this minus armor on bugs.
Yep.
Pudge unfortunately does not have the attack speed to get it off.
Yep.
Tidehunter playing very dangerously inside the Roche pit.
This could be an awesome Ravage. Okay, it was a little less cool than I thought, but it's okay. Gets 2 here. Clears off the former offlane.
3 and 4 of Radiant. Weaver forced to time-lapse pretty early. Sunstrike coming in, just missing on Everspirit, while Ho-Ho on the Jakiro just gets chased down by Tidehunter.
The only thing that was sad about that fight was how early the both the Pudge and the Silencer bit it, so there weren't any fat stacks, nor were they any intelligence transferred in that fight, which is a little sad.
The only hero that the
Radiant's top tower is under
boys
attack.
of Matty Adventures needed to complete their trifecta of stat stealing is Slark.
It's true, yeah. Well, Pudge doesn't steal your strength, he just gets fat.
Radiant's top tower is
That's
under
fair
attack.
enough.
He's no thief. I mean, come on, you can say a lot about the guy. You know,
But he's a pretty honest butcher. He's not going to steal from you. He's just going to chop up your dead body.
he's disgusting,
Radiant's top
he's
tower
obese,
has fallen.
he's kind of broken, he's a thief, but he is not a porn
British.
star.
But he is not a porn star. Had to slide that one in there.
Invoker just going deep behind the enemy lines, just trying to mess with the equilibrium here, do anything he can to try and get the momentum to turn back into his favor. He's gonna kind of, I don't know if he
Under his
intends to
own
look at
ward.
Matty Boy.
He might be able to get a pick off on that silencer, seeing as the rest of the team is nowhere to be seen, but that is the danger of it right there.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a
Matty
quick
Boy.
tip. This was probably not a worthwhile warding adventure. It's very obvious what you were doing, especially if you're just very willing to throw your life away like that.
Yep.
I do like the attempt to deceive the enemy by having the 2 wards down there, so you clear the one down here and you think the one at the top isn't there. No, it is. Kiro immediately gonna spot that out, just get rid of it. Missing middle. This time Mikkel really is just straight up walking up to Slardar with no fear. Team is kind of coming though, so. Luna is going to become a relatively tough customer for these guys to deal with. Very
Dyer's top
squishy
tower
teams
is
do
under
not
attack.
like Luna much.
That is
Dire
true.
structures
Especially
are
teams
falling.
that all like to run in together. You've got Star,
Radiant's
you've got
middle
Marcy,
tower
and
is
you've
under
got a
attack.
Weaver. All like to be within the
Dyer's
same
top
sort of
tower
range
is under attack.
of enemy heroes, and Luna just likes to tear those kind of heroes apart.
You're kind of crackling there, but I think we get the effect. Yeah, I can tell you this much. I know I think Matty's team banded out, but it's kind of a regret they probably would have, because this would be an awesome Drow game.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Like, Weaver and Slardar would be able to get into Drow's face, and that's a shame. But they got so much to just like you've got at least 2 guys who are probably going to be building Force Staff to help get you out of there, and a lot of Vanguard to prevent anything bad from happening. Almost actually just TP'd out before this T2 bot was actually done with, to try and join this little skirmish here happening at top. Which ended in the deaths of Slardar, but nobody else. Why is there an apple here? Tell me that's their apple. It is. I don't know if that's better or worse. But at least it wasn't like Weaver just killed a camp and let the people skip on the ground or something, I don't know.
Definitely. It does seem like me crashing out of the call.
Well, you're back
Has
now, so that's the
kicked
good
me out.
news.
Has kicked me out of your stream.
It's okay, you missed a global silence leading to the death of the Weaver and the Marcy.
Radiant's middle tower.
It's a very well-timed global silencer, actually. Just very aggressive, really put the pressure on, so good job, Matthias. Matthias Child, as we call him in the business. Pudge just picked up Blink Dagger. You with us?
I am with you.
Able to see
I'm
the
back.
screen share
My
now?
internet. I can. My internet had a small hiccup, but we are back.
That better not happen during the goddamn games, or I'm gonna blow a gasket.
Well, blowing a gasket does not seem like an enjoyable thing, and I don't know what team I'm on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm just mad if a game ever goes to FF. That's why I had to stand in 1 week. So.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Sean has fallen to the down.
Luna got herself some immortality. What
Although
the hell is this? It's like
Iceman.
it's like a dead spider in the roach pit or something.
That's spider. Although I, Iceman, have been known for my recent internet issues, so...
That is true, yeah. Come on, Iceman. I was trying so hard to help you guys beat Bean 10. You just got rolled over. What's the problem?
Yeah. Unfortunately, during that game, I was, and I heard, at a friend's house, using their internet. Thankfully, he was able to play the game.
So you're telling me
However,
he
it didn't
wasn't?
help him win.
Radiant's
You're
top
telling me
tower
that
is
you
under
were not actually having, like, crappy internet? That you're just at some guy's house? Oh my god. Okay, bad news for
I was having crappy internet. I solved my crappy internet by going to some other guy's house.
Radiant's top
Oh boy,
tower is
that's gonna make it really awkward when I say maybe it was just because of Iceman's internet this game that this happened. I don't know if it would have been a contest if he had, and then... Oh god, Iceman, you're gonna be pissed. I'm sorry, bro. Oh, mamma mia. Oh, mamma mia.
Although, unless Iceman watches both cats, we'll
Which
never
you
get
will-
your
I mean-
apology.
I mean, in fairness, it's like, you know, you're watching this stream right now, so...
Radiant's top tower is under
And we already established...
That's true.
I mean, well, we established that you were
Uncapped.
Holiday 1999, but then somehow you kind of morphed into
Radiant's
Iceman
top
over the
tower
course of
has
this.
fallen.
Yeah, you know, being Howler is kind of hard sometimes. It's just like,
That one's too meta! That one's too meta!
PVC thrown out the blind hook into the actually blank forest.
You're getting a little too, Did you
Too
watch...
rowdy after
Did you watch the draft?
Which draft?
The season 14, like, everybody, all the captains get together, and also I'm there, just telling Bean who to pick draft.
I did not. Unfortunately, I was at work at the time, so I only found out what team I was on at about 9 o'clock at night when I randomly got a text.
From
message.
somebody, anyway.
From my captain
Radiant's
Yeah.
top
saying
tower-
that.
No, you didn't get a
I was
message
on
from your
a-
captain.
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, you did. It was definitely your captain. Anyway,
I was a captain.
Radiant's
so
top tower
Trashboat is
is
just gonna
under
totally
attack.
eat people as they just totally eat a Rex here. This is just everything bad that could possibly have happened in this game. Just the early game
This is
strategy
just-
on the Weaver just has not paid off.
I don't know if Weaver is that early of a strategy, especially because Weaver
Pretty
needs
early.
like 2 or 3 items to start functioning.
Has fallen.
And one of those in this game especially needs to be a BKB.
Yeah,
Something he didn't have the luxury to farm.
Radiant's middle tower
yeah,
is
ever.
under
He
attack.
never got it. He's not even looking at it right now as the Ancient's starting to fall.
Radiant's middle barracks.
I mean, the
Although
thing is,
I do like Inno continuing to pull the Arteezy and farming even as he loses to the entirety of his base. Legend has it, Arteezy is still farming.
The tricky thing about it is, like, you know, Weaver does need some items to get going, but on the other hand, it's like, literally the moment you get your second item, you're just gonna kill people. On a lot of games, you only can do it. Like, if you don't need the BKB, like, you can be okay with it.
Although this game, that BKB is definitely
Yeah,
necessary. against
it's on
Silas.
the triple need list. You're
Surrogate.
not gonna be
Hunter?
without.
Radiant's middle tower
I don't
is
think
under
this game is playable without a BKB on all 3 cores of Radiant. However, they just weren't able to get to that point in the game, seeing as how this Luna draft just running them over in 27 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they have, they not only don't have BKBs on one of their cores, they have BKBs on 0 of their cores. There are no BKBs on the
On
Radiant at all.
actually none of their cores. Ember Spirit is just running them down. At the way Trashboat's playing, I feel like they should have given him the Aegis, where Luna is just hitting buildings.
Radiant's middle tower. has
Hey, in
fallen.
fairness, that's the important part.
That is the important
You
part.
know, you can run around and kill people all you want. Pohohoro calls it GG as Mikkel goes down to 2 HP, and Pohohoro cries, wishing that she got this guy.
Dire victory.
But
Unfortunately, did not get the Mickle.
Yep, did not get the Mikkel, got the Inno instead. Who just could
Although
not.
Inno has managed to put up some performances of his own,
That's true.
including a quintuple rampage
Yeah, I
on
mean,
Lifestealer.
yeah, that's true. He did do the quintuple rampage on the Lifestealer, but the only, I mean, like you were there for that game, Shia. You know how that one
Of
turned
course
out.
it was.
So, yeah, what's the sit rep on this? I mean, CHRONO LUCILFER tried to get like a we want to win at like the 30-minute mark team, and then Mikkel said, no, I want to win at like 25. You'll never get there. I've never seen a reverse Doomsday Clock situation, but here we are.
And the grim adventures of Matty the Boys.
Yes, the grim adventures of Boys and Matty. Which, you know,
Yes,
that's like, it's like better
the-
to go with like Billy and Mandy, Boys and Matty, you know.
The Boys' Adventures of Matty Grimm.
Matthias Child has won this game. I thought the
Matthias
Tidehunter
Child has indeed won this game.
did a good job trying to turn this game around from his position. I have no idea on the, like, no earthly idea why he got piped, considering Invoker is just kind of melting every fight. If Invoker was huge, then it would have been good, but... I mean, in
Yeah,
fairness,
I noticed
you got the Jakiro
a
too.
lot of people do this, where they just rush a pipe as an offlaner, and it sort of just makes your hero, on most heroes, just an ignore me button.
It depends on who you're facing, because there's some characters in the game that just simply cannot exist if there's a pipe on the other team. Probably chief among them is Necro. If there's a pipe carrier on the enemy team as Necro, they 100% have to die at the start of every fight, or you are going to get literally nothing done. And ditto goes to Leshrac to a pretty decent degree. I don't think quite as bad. Like, you know, with the pipe has a no Necros exist button. Not quite the same for Leshrac, but depends on who you're running into. In this particular game, I can see why he got that, because the fear is Invoker's going to get scary. He's mostly magic damage. Jakiro's going to, you know, always be a present factor. That's some fat magic damage. Decides to go that route, but I think the funny thing is he wins too much for that to mean anything, and a more offensive item probably would have been to his benefit here.
Although I have to say, as much as you are correct about Invoker being a very scary hero, Invoker does not start doing insane amounts of magic damage until later in the game.
Yeah.
Whereas the early game issue would have been this Slardar, Corrosive Haze, and Weaver just melting down everybody.
Yeah, if
However,
you wanna start with an item, I mean, if you wanna go big or go home, just go all the way into a Shiva's Guard, and then there you go, boom. That's a fantastic
A
item.
Shiva's Guard, a Lotus Orb, or even a Halberd, I think would have been a preferential item this game, just to guarantee that those two heroes are entirely useless.
I don't know. I feel like with Weaver, it can be like Weaver takes fights that are long enough that he doesn't mind the halberds so much. Slardar totally screws, but Slardar won't
True,
do
but the
anything
evade
if
allows you to sort of try to stick on top of Weaver better without him just melting you.
It's true. But then, why is Weaver targeting the big stupid watermelon anyway, right?
That is true. We don't target the big stupid watermelon.
Right, we eat him after the
he
match.
gets Ravage, what does the big stupid watermelon do?
Yeah, it would be like a team that just, every team fight, they just go all in on the Doom, even though he's already used the Doom. And,
The Doom.
Yeah, he's
Unless
already...
he uses the Doom on himself, in which case... Focus the
There
Doom.
you go. But, you know, it's like, some sort of team that would, like, focus on that Doom even after he's already used his ult, but I can't really think of any good examples off the top of my head of doing that. Not to Wizard Doom. That would never happen. We'll see you next time.